Hey guys, effdash here with effdash TV. Welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at the newest elite from Card Monsters, Annabel the Cursed Doll. And why am I bringing this to you? It's not necessarily because she's the best card ever, no. It has more to do with the fact that it, after only 1,309 days, I received an elite on day one. So, we're going to break down the card, we're going to look at it, we're going to look at the skills, look at where this card may excel, maybe give it a rating, I don't know, and then we're going to see it in action. Alright, so you guys know I like to talk, so let's go ahead and jump right in. So as you can see on the screen here, this is Annabel the Cursed Doll. You can see her stats. She has two unique attributes here, skills if you will. The first is Evil Sacrifice. So when the card is deployed, every time a monster is sacked, it will inflict a random enemy monster with true damage equal to 2 times the sacrifice monster's crystal count. Right? So for example, if you play her with Mystic, she's going to do 2 damage to a random enemy because Mystic gives you back 1 crystal. So use that accordingly. And then Annoying Curse. Right, so this is the new ability that she has, brand new to the game, and the description here is so bad, it is so asinine, it makes absolutely no sense, and it does not tell you anything about what this Annoying Curse actually does. Right, so I'm not even going to waste time reading it because it doesn't make any sense. Here's how it actually works. Annoying Curse works nearly identical in terms of activation to Curse, right? And so whoever you would like to unknowingly curse, just place this card in front of them, has to be in front of them, and then they will not be able to perform basic attacks. And it's very important that you focus on that basic attack part, because that's really the only part of this that actually makes sense. So basic attacks, what are they? Dice attacks, magic attacks, and melee attacks. Those are basic attacks. Oh, and range. That's it. So those are the only things that it actually stops, okay? Unlike Curse, Annoying Curse can be removed in one of 2 ways. Number 1, you can destroy this card, right? So Annabel can be destroyed. As soon as she is destroyed, the Annoying Curse goes away, and then that card will be able to attack. Also, if you evacuate her, because as you can see she has evacuate, the curse goes away as well. Right, so those are the only 2 ways to remove Annoying Curse. You cannot use Gaia, right, or Mass Cleanse, or Persevere. None of that works, right? You will be annoyingly cursed. As of right now, there is no counter to Annoying Curse, other than destroying this card, which is not really a counter, or evacuating this card. Those are the only 2 ways to remove Annoying Curse. Now, something to keep in mind is that this only stops basic attacks. That's it, right? So skills such as Nimble, Heal, Magic Reflect, Electromagnetic Shield, and so on and so forth, those still work. Fly still works, right? So this is not an entangle in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't stop them from doing other things. Absolutely not. In fact, the list of things this does not stop is way longer than the list of things it does stop, right? So don't think of it as like an entangle or some. No. Nimble's still going to work. They're still going to be able to use Electromagnetic Shield. Gondola is still going to be able to do his weird special magic attack, right? Because that's not a basic attack. Only the 4 basic attacks. Melee range, dice, and magic. That's it. Those are the only 4 things that it stops, right? The other thing I want to note for this card is her Evacuate. As you can see, she starts off with Evacuate 2, right? And she's, as far as I know, the only card in the game with Evacuate 2. And what this basically means is that, as you can see, her card cost is 2. Oh, you can contempt the crap out of this card. Her card cost is 2 when you initially play her. If you evacuate her, anywhere between her level 1 and 6, if you have her at that level, she's then, the next time you play her, she's going to be cost 4, and then 6, and then 8, and then 10, right? So it is very cost prohibitive to leave her at a low level, right? And if you know anything about me, you know I really look for MVLs, which is the maximum viable level. Minimum viable level. So I like to find cards that I don't need to max out in order to use them effectively, right? Like one of my favorite cards in the entire game is Allie, because I do not need to level her up at all for the way I use her, right? So Toxic Bomb absolutely works at level 1, does not need to be level 8. This card, her NVL, depends on what you want to use her for, right? Can you use her at level 1? Absolutely. She will do nothing but annoyingly curse, right? And when you evacuate her, if you get that chance, she will cost 4 the next time you want to play her. So keep that in mind. At level 3, she does have 1 extra health, and she also gains Magic Reflect, right? So at least she can defend herself. Still has Evacuate 2, however. And then at level 7, that's when that is probably her MVL, because she has Evacuate 1. And that's really what you want. Honestly, Evacuate 2 is so cost prohibitive. Like, I was trying her last night at level 3, and like, it's just, it costs a lot. It really does. It costs a lot. But yeah, so these are her skills. This is her table. Enough talk, right? Let's see her in action. Okay, so this is a match I had last night with FNU Snoo. Not saying it's a fair matchup, but it did a pretty good job of showing you what Annabel can do. So I was initially using her in a Mystic evac deck, and then I wanted to try her in more of a meta-ish deck, right? I saw this deck, or this deck idea. It has Emperor. I don't have Emperor, so I still have a Mystic in here. But I had. It has, gosh, who else is in this deck? Well, you'll see, right? So here we go. We start off. He's got these 2 cards. I've got ENT in there. Let's go a little bit faster, right? So we can get to the good stuff. So I believe next turn I'm going to throw her in there, right? All right, so we got Fox. Now I throw her in there on the side, right in front of this guy, so you can see. Let's go ahead and pause it. So you can see here, she's got the debuff, Annoying Curse. She can't attack, right? And in this case, she only does basic dice, so she's not going to be able to do anything. However, if I was using magic on her, her Reflect would still work, which would also trigger her HP steal, right? So all of that still works, right? It's not going to stop that. Now I took out Mystic, which caused 2 HP to get down from her. Let's go ahead and go. Notice she moves to a different place. It only affects the card that she initially cursed. And as long as she stays on the board, that card will never be able to use basic attacks, right? So it doesn't matter where else she is on the screen. You gotta keep that in mind. She can be in any other slot, but you only curse the card that you initially came in front of. If that card is destroyed, now let me go ahead and pause that there. You'll notice that I did evacuate her, and then this card here, now it can attack again, right? Because as soon as she leaves, that curse goes away, right? So keep that in mind as well. So if you curse a card like Pig, for example, right? Let's say he doesn't have his demon armor yet. If you curse Pig, he's not going to be able to do dice, but as soon as you put the demon armor in, all of this stuff here is still going to trigger. You know what I'm saying? Because those are not basic attacks. The Fear, Menace, Chase, all that stuff is Outbreak. Those are not basic attacks. Those are skills. Skills still work, right? So you got to be very careful about what you're actually trying to curse, right? Because sometimes that curse is worse for you than it is for them, right? Just because maybe you didn't realize what you were doing. So do keep that in mind. See, so I came in under the Fox, cursed him. Now, so initially I was thinking, oh, well, why did I entangled him? That's kind of stupid if I already cursed him. No, it's actually not. You entangle and curse is actually really, really good together, because then that will absolutely stop them from doing everything else, such as healing or doing perseverance or mass cleanse, all that good stuff, right? So you got to keep that in mind. You can see I've evacuated her twice. She's only now 4 cost, right? So getting her high level it's a really, really good idea, right? So definitely at least level 7, I think. I honestly think level 7 is her MVL. I tried, like I said, I tried at level 3, maybe super low level it would work, but not high. And when I say high, I mean like diamond. I think it's going to be a little too cost prohibitive, right? So, and it's a really cool skill. You know, it depends on what kind of deck you're facing, right? Because, like I said, Emush is still going to do what Emush does. You know, he's still going to heal. He doesn't do any basic attacks, so that's kind of worthless, right? So you gotta be careful who you're trying to curse. Now, what can we do with this card, right? So we saw what we could do. Where can this card go? This is a mono elite, meaning it can go almost anywhere, right? Obviously, depending on what color, right? So she is a mono elite just like Snow is. So anywhere Snow can go, so can Annabel. So you got to keep that in mind. So you saw the deck I used her in. Let me go back and show you here. So this is the deck. It's got Vlad. Mine has Mystic just because I don't have Emperor on this account. I have him on my alt. So you can throw a pig in there, right? You can, and then the other people who are using this have Red Riding Hood. They've got Snow, obviously, ENT, and Fox is in there. You can also use it with a stall deck. So if you're that type of player, hopefully you're not, but if you are, you can use her with Emush. You can use her with the Cloud Monsters. You can't use her with Tesla, but you can use her with Penguin, right? So any multitude of colors, rainbow, that's what I was going for, you can use her with, including Tony, right? So you can do a pretty good defensive type deck with her, with Tony, with Mush, with the Cloud Monsters, and just be a really, really annoying player, right? In fact, I may actually try to, well, I don't have Tony, so I can't really do the full deck, but I may try something like that here while I'm still in Platinum. See if I can annoy some bots or some players. What do I think? Hot take in terms of where to place her. I think she's a solid B. You know, I don't think she's maybe a high B, low A. I think B though. She's a solid B tier elite. She's not super overpowered, right? She only has 10 health. I don't think she's gonna last very long. If you can evacuate her enough times, I think the longer she's alive, obviously, the better you're gonna be. I don't think she's a good card at the beginning of the game. Like I said, the longer the match goes, I think she's going to play a more and more vital role. So my hot take, having her for one whole day, well, actually not even a whole day yet, almost like 22 hours, give her a solid B. I don't think she's going to change the meta in any way, but so far, interesting card, right? Maybe I'll get tired of her crap in a couple days. I don't know. But as of right now, I'm gonna roll with this deck, see if I maybe can get Emperor. I don't know. The other person that you could use her with, let's see if we can find it. Right, she can go in this deck here, as you can see. These two decks look exactly, oh, it is exactly the same. So she can go in that deck. Absolutely. She could go, listen, she can go in any of that. This type deck with this card here. I can't pronounce it, so I don't know, but she can go with this card. Absolutely. Throw a couple Mystics in there. And exactly, yeah, no, this deck right here, you can absolutely throw her into this deck. Who are you going to replace her with? That's the question, right? Maybe one of these Mystics. I don't know. But this is another card I'm debating getting. It's either that or Emperor. So if you have a preference, let me know. And I did want to shout out Zoskim for helping us decipher what the hell her ability was, because I was lost, I'll tell you what. But we streamed it yesterday in the Discord, and he was super helpful in letting us know what it was. So definitely join the Discord if you haven't already. Sure, Mr. Pike, sure. Because we do some cool stuff in there. We figure out a lot of stuff. There's so much good information in there, right? And sometimes we stream in there, so yeah, join if you haven't. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to show you guys. I want to thank you for joining me on this journey, this little deep dive. And again, if I get any of these cool cards in the beginning, I will like day one, I'll do these again, you know. Or if you guys hated it, I'll never do it again. Whatever, you know, whatever the community decides. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time on effdash TV. Take it easy.